Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to New Wave Global. I'm Rabia Mehmood. Today, we're going to be speaking about Pakistan's general elections. As we know, we're supposed to go and have these elections next month. And there's all kinds of sort of scrutiny of this election. There's controversy. There are mixed emotions about it. But it's about time that we head into a general elections. That's definitely a good idea that it's happening, how the elections are going to be happening, and all kinds of circumstances which are surrounding it. That's up for debate, and that's a discussion for a different day. But today we are going to be speaking to a young politician, a first-time politician who is contesting elections from a provincial seat in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. And this is a good story. This is a positive and optimistic, hopeful turn of events, if I can call it that. Today, our guest is quite special. Dr. Saveera Parkash, who is from Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Buner area. And we've seen her in news a bit because we saw that she is this young politician who is going to be representing the people of Buner if she wins the elections from a Pakistan People's Party seat. And this is always refreshing. It's good to see young people coming into politics. So, Dr. Prakash, thank you so much for joining us. I believe you are in Pune right now.
Yes, I am. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so we'll be, what do you prefer, Saveera or Dr. Prakash? We'll call whatever you prefer.
Saveera is
Oh,
okay.
okay, Saveera is okay. So Saveera, can you, this has been, like I said, I saw your first interview on TNN, on a local, platform, and it was in Pashto. And I was like, who is this young politician? And that's before we saw you on the mainstream media and we see more of your profiles. And now you're also on Twitter/X. So can you tell us why and how did you decide to come into politics? And I believe you are a young doctor. So, and that too, basically making this decision in from a constituency and an area where, one wouldn't think that a young woman would be interested in running for elections. Can you tell us something about that?
I was always inspired by my father. He always tried to do anything he could for the people of Buner. He was involved in charity and the social welfare programs and all that. Uh, he's a doctor by profession, so
Hmm.
I became a doctor because of him. He used to treat. He still treats the poor and the orphans and the widows for free. He even gives away the medicine for free. So I wanted to do the same. But while I was doing my house job in a government hospital, I saw there were quite bigger issues. I realized that my thinking was limited, that those bigger issues were more important and needed to be solved and addressed. Our district Buner, you can call it a rural area. We don't have good roads, we don't have even drinking water, we don't even have the gas in the pipelines. So the issues I faced in the I witnessed in the government hospital, I could relate them to the Buner as well. We The reference rate was high. There were no emergency facilities. There are no equipments for operation. I want the talk about the modernization and all that is way beyond our thinking. There are no
Hmm.
common facilities available at all. So I realized my thinking was limited, and I needed to do something, bigger. I needed more weight, more influence. I had one way to enter the corridor of power. As soon as my house job ended, I joined an academy, CSS academy,
Hmm.
for to become bureaucrat, and also I started taking active part in the politics as well. But I think politics was priority number one for me, because I thought this way, as a policy maker, I can do much more for my people.
Okay, that's interesting that you wanted to. It's the lack of basic facilities and basic services like healthcare, and I'm assuming education and others, which should be given in different sectors in areas of the country, are not. So that's what motivated you. Interesting. So now you have decided to enter into politics full time, right? You're not practicing medicine for we were speaking earlier, you're after your house job. So, how has the response been?
Very much positive from the very day one. The people, I don't know, I didn't think for once that I will be given this much respect and this much the positive response I'm getting to even today. um, because everybody's trying to support me, the
Mm.
males, the females, the young kids. I could literally see the hope and inspiration in the eyes of little girls that were accompanying
Mm.
me today. I was so happy and proud that I could, a month ago, I was a common person. I was inspired by other people. I couldn't have imagined it. Tomorrow, I will be inspiring people. And those young girls, the hope in their eyes, I can't explain it. That's something undescribable, and I credit it all to the openness and the broad mindedness of my Buneri people, and also to the Almighty, because it is not something a human can do. It is something supernatural for me.
That's really good to hear that you are now a role model for young girls, or even young girls or young children. Basically, I think because it's going to be amazing for little boys to see you being in a leadership position. Okay, so why you're talking about your father? He was affiliated in some capacity with Pakistan People's Party as well. Why did you choose PPP?
Yes, my father was quite an active supporter of Pakistan People's Party since 1995. Mm, I remember I the first time I saw my father crying was when at the death of Shahid Benazir Bhutto. That was the first time I saw my father crying. So I can say that the Pakistan People's Party's ideology was incorporated in me since the cradle.
Mhm.
But other than that, I've judged it myself that Pakistan People's Party is quite liberal and inclusive. They are trying to empower the mid belong to a middle class, the middle class, the poor people, women, especially the women and minority. So it was the number one choice for me. I didn't have any other options at all.
Hmm. So, you are going to be contesting your election against, members of other political party who are probably going to be, quite powerful, ideologically very, ideologically different from you politically and otherwise. So, have you interacted with the people from other supporters of other parties and stuff? You're saying that there's a very positive response in your area. How is the response from the opposition side?
Here I'm getting a response. I'm the first female from my district to contest an election or even enter the politics. So they have even bestowed me this title of daughter of Buner. They're supporting me as a part of their community, as a Pukhtana, as their daughter, as their sister. I'm even getting support from all over Pakistan and India, Bangladesh, Nepal, and even from Russia. So like this is something I can say historic. This is like something very important for me.
Yes, so I was going to ask you about the kind of support you're getting from outside your constituency or even outside Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. What kind of response have you had from like other parts of Pakistan and elsewhere? Like you're mentioning different countries. I was also watching one of your interviews given to a Hindi channel, I believe. So can you speak a bit about what about that international response?
Um, First, I'll talk about my province.
Mm,
The people have given me different titles. Even daughter of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, they've even given me this title. They're calling me, as little small Benazir Bhutto, and they're literally, I've been given like a 10 or 15 title, different titles. Indian channels have given me this title of bridge between India and Pakistan. Uh, I I don't know. This is something undescribable. I'm getting only positive response.
mm.
Alhamdulillah, I'm not complaining. I'm very happy, but it's very exhausting. I think my responsibilities have jumped from like 0 to 101. The people are expecting a lot from me, and I'm really hopeful that I will, match the expectation. I will try to do everything I can for my people.
That's a great sort of start to your campaign and to your career. It's and of course, like you're saying, it's going to be hectic. It's already hectic as you're campaigning at the moment. Can you tell us something about what are some of your immediate plans? What is something which is your on your agenda immediately? If things go, well in the elections and afterwards, what is going to be your first focus, or first three things that you're going to be focusing on?
Um, I joined active politics because I wanted to address the challenges faced by the poor, and especially the women, because we are living in this quite, I can say, conservative area where women are not even allowed to go outside their homes without burqa and hijab and everything, and unaccompanied. Having worked as a doctor, I know the issues in the healthcare as well. I have studied in different provinces, so I've realized that the way out of these issues is education. My prime and main focus will be on the education. Our literacy rate here in district Buner is, according to some statistics, surveys, 25%, but according to some, it's 18% or only literacy rate of girls. So I'll be addressing that issue. Other than that, I'll be trying to, improve the accessibility, the affordability, and improve the overall quality of our healthcare. And we are lacking a basic infrastructure and basic needs as well. So and quite a lot of women, especially women, have asked me to work on the Benazir income support program.
Mm.
They call it Benazir card here. In short, they call
Mm-hmm.
it card. Many women have, their cards blocked, and
Mm.
there are quite a huge number of them that didn't even enter their names. So I'll be trying to enhance that program. I'll be trying to revive that program and to increase the entry of the women at every union and village council level. Uh, Trying to focus on the basic issues as well. The water issue, there's no drinking water for some in some areas for the people to drink even. The roads are at a terrible condition.
Mm.
These are my some prime issues. My main focus, my main focus will be on education. I hope to try to improve the education system, to try to build new colleges, new schools. We have
Mm.
only one girls college here. So these things need a bit of more focus, because uh, the lack of facilities make the people ignore the relevance of girls education. So I'll be
Mm.
trying to focus that area as well.
Okay, so from what I understand, your focus is going to be on basic services, big focus on health, and then education, and especially education of girls, which gets deprioritized and does not get the priority it deserves, because people are focusing on other basic services that they don't have, and infrastructure is also a part of it. So that's your immediate focus. We wish you good luck. My another question that I wanted to ask you is that you are going to be, so you're saying that, and also we were speaking about this, that you're contesting the election, and you've also submitted your papers for the reserved seat, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And one thing I wanted to ask you, and I missed it, is that you've spoken about SMB, BB, Benazir, the late Benazir Bhutto, and your father. Are there any other role models and other people, women, men, that you looked up to, politicians or otherwise?
I would say Mother Teresa,
Hmm.
and because when
And why?
I was a little girl, I used to ask my father that what will I become when I grow up. He would say, try to be like Mother Teresa. These were his exact words. This is the first memory I can remember. Other than that, Edim, the especially his quotation
Mm,
that my religion is humanity. That
mm,
really, matlab, really stuck with me. My mother is a Christian.
mm,
I'm by documents. I'm a Hindu,
mm,
but I have been baptized.
mm,
So I can say that I'm a minority of minorities. But
mm,
my parents always focused on the humanity side.
mm,
Every religion teaches us the good deeds. Even in Islam, we have this hukukullah. Before hukukullah, there are hukukul ibad.
mm,
We must serve the people first. So that was my parents, kind of manifesto, or their main focus while raising us. They tried to raise us as good people, and not totally focused on the religion, or it's not even on the practices, but try to
mm,
respect everybody, try to respect everyone, and try to serve people.
mm. These are great role models, Mother Teresa and Abdul Sittar Edi, and it looks like that you were brought up in a very inclusive environment at home. We actually didn't know that your mother was Christian, and from your father's side, you're a Hindu. That's interesting to know, something that we found out about you. Last
Yeah,
but no, last, yeah, please go ahead.
my mother is a Russian as well,
Oh, your
so
mother.
I brought up in a culturally diverse and religiously diverse
Hmm.
household, unconventional household. And I think that played a role. They never limited me
Hmm.
as this in our society, unfortunately. So they never limited me. They tried to, empower me in everything. As soon as I left MBBS, I discussed with my father that I didn't want to be a doctor anymore. I wanted to enter the politics. He
Hmm.
didn't refuse me. He empowered me and let me go to Lahore to
Hmm.
study for my CSS, to join a CSS academy there. So this played a huge role as well.
The support of your father. Okay, how many languages do you speak?
I speak 5 languages, and
Okay.
none of them fluently. Unfortunately, I
Hmm.
understand around 7, 8 languages, but cannot speak those 3, 4 languages. But other than that, yeah, I speak Urdu, Pashto, Hindko, Russian, and English.
In English. You're a polyglot. How interesting. That's that's so much fun to know. We should yeah, and that's why when you mentioned Russia at the beginning, I was like, okay, South Asia and Russia. So I was curious about that, but now it makes sense that you probably have Russian, people in Russia who are following your sort of career or your campaign. Good luck with your campaign. It was great to speak to you. We wish you all the luck in your future as a politician, and otherwise, great having you. Khuda Hafiz.